Witnesses, thank you all for being here. Rather than take up most of the time with speaking, I would love to go in and ask some questions about the previous 4 years and the border disaster that I saw firsthand. I want to start with Ms. Lang. One of the OIG reports under the Biden administration described the screening and the vetting implementation as soiled. Are you familiar with that report or the vetting procedures that seem to have been, I would say, deficient during the previous administration?
I'm going to defer to my colleague, Ms. Bernard.
Ms. Bernard.
Screening and vetting.
If that is referring to our 2023 report, and I'm guessing that it is on port of entry screening and vetting, yes.
Are you familiar? What led to that conclusion?
So, in that particular report, like I said a moment ago, we were looking at the technology and the processes that CBP and ICE are using at ports of entry. And, one common theme that we see in that report and time again is just the lack of situational awareness. There's a lot of, as Ms. Lang pointed to earlier, there's a lot of manual procedures, data inaccuracies, and other lags in getting information from partners that can just reduce situational awareness. Every land port of entry is different, has different technological capabilities and infrastructure. So,
Is there a system that could have facilitated appropriate screening of 11 million encounters at the border?
I think there's a lot of nuances to that question, but it all goes back to volume, right? And DHS has certainly struggled to keep pace with the volume.
Do you know where the decisions were made to allow or to facilitate the number of illegal immigrants at the border or to admit them? Was that in the White House? Was it the DHS boss? Who made those decisions?
I think that would be a combination of DHS guidance and federal regulations at the time.
Okay. Was there ever any discussion about limiting the number of inflows so that we could vet them more thoroughly?
We wouldn't get involved in those policy decisions at the Inspector General's office. That would be for DHS.
Okay. Ms. Wang, were you familiar with any discussions that went on about limiting the number of people who were coming into the country?
No, I'm not familiar with that. Thank you.
Okay.